I'm crawling around, searching for higher ground. Can't see in front of me, my enemies. I've tried every possibility, ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted, you won't get it tonight. 'Cause I can fly, I can fly, I can fly, I can fly. I'm crawling around, searching for higher ground. Can't see in front of me, my enemies. I've tried every possibility, ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted, you won't get it tonight. 'Cause I can fly, I can fly, I can fly, I can fly.
How do you achieve your greatness?
There's no margin for error.
No room for mistakes.
You need total control.
Your success is determined by your grit.
It takes thousands of hours perfecting your moves.
And only the strong survive.
You think you've paid your dues?
You think you're ready to enter the arena?
Think again.
This is the Telkom Digital Gaming League,
This is where legends fight till the last second.
where the action explodes straight through your system.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Dota players around the world. We have got probably the two best teams in SA this evening. Going to be WRG versus exDee, both King of the Hill, undefeated. exDee has lost one single game, but otherwise undefeated in all the series. So we are in for a treat this evening. It was going to be either APG going to be sitting top three, but they got knocked out by a WRG during the earlier parts of the week, but things are getting heated up. So we're going to bring you this action live tonight. I am Jubba, joined by the succulent Succubus, and I know you and I have been highly anticipating this game this evening.
Well, Jubba, my skin is itchy and ready to go. I cannot wait. This game is going to be epic. I did indeed cast an exhibition match of theirs a while back, and they were pretty even. So I would love to see how these two teams have grown and how they fare against each other now. It's going to be one hell of a game.
Well, it's we are definitely going to be fighting for the best this evening. It is going to be the two best teams. I mean, I can't even stress how important or how magnanimous this game is going to be. So let's just sit back, relax, and enjoy the game of Dota before us. So the bans have come out. Going to be the Weaver Luna, banning that out for the side of WRG. exDee follow that up with banning out the Slaughter as well as the Underlord. And White Rabbit, they pick up the Lone Druid first pick, making sure that they can get this their hands onto this inevitably like super strong hero. I mean, you can come back and tell us what his stats are in winning just now, but I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. And then exDee, they picked themselves up the Centaur Warrunner as well as the Rubik. Centaur has been played, doesn't have the best success rate though that we've seen, and thanks to Sargon, he's been able to supply us with a couple of some interesting stats as well that can maybe give us a little bit more insight to what's happening in the Dota scene.
Yeah, well, the Lone Druid has got about a 50% win rate at the moment, and it's picked or banned 81% of the time, and for very good reason. He had a better win rate before the new patch came out and nerfed his range just a little bit, but I still think it's an extremely viable hero, and he gets to a certain stage, and he's extremely tanky, and his range is ridiculous, plus he's a very good split pusher, and there are a few things that can kite him around, say like a Witch Doctor or something like that. I mean, that hero is absolutely amazing against the Lone Druid. But I must say, if people are quick enough on their fingers, you know, that little spell that makes everyone run away from him is absolutely amazing. So he's got decent escape, amazing push. He can carry it with the best of them. But I'm more worried about the Space Cow. The Space Cow creates havoc around this map, and that bash chance, I mean, I know it says 17%, but I mean, come on, we know it's not actually 17%.
I mean, if I could gamble on the amount of times that Spirit Breaker actually gets a bash off, I'd probably be a multimillionaire by this time. I mean, if I had to actually bet on the chances as opposed to how many times he actually does bash, my word, I could actually retire on some kind of beach in Tahiti or something.
Yeah, but I mean, it's Spirit Breaker, aka Space Cow.
Yeah.
I love calling him Space Cow. No, but honestly, he's more of like the space creator, the playmaker, that type of thing. It's always something you have to be cautious of around the map. You can't just, casually go up to a lane and farm 1/2 HP because he's going to charge you, and he's going to create that space. So I think they're going to pick up a lineup where, they'll be able to, create havoc around the map with a Spirit Breaker, maybe with an aggressive support of some kind, have the Lone Druid split pushing, free farming, that type of thing. Not the 4 protect 1 strat, but more of the extremely aggressive, let's win the game early type of thing. And then also secure the late game at the same time with the Druid. So it's a hero that it's so versatile, and the fact your drafting can be very versatile with a Spirit Breaker on your team. But I do love the Centaur Warren and Rubik pickup. We've seen very high success rates with Rubik in this Master Series so far, and we have seen a really, really good off lanes with the Centaur Warrunner, especially that beautiful return damage of his. It does do a lot in his favor. Plus, that Stampede. You don't really see the Aghanims pick up on him, even though I think the Aghanims upgrade is absolutely fantastic on him. But we'll have to see how they work this. But 2 very good picks on each side, and they can. Like Rubik's and aggressive support, rotations, it's really good against a Spirit Breaker. I mean, we've seen Rubik's charge a Spirit Breaker, vice versa. It's actually relatively funny, but yeah, 2 very aggressive picks this far. So.
Well, we've got, I'm very interested to see actually WRG respecting the Pudge. I mean, they're banning out the Pudge as well as the Ember Spirit here, but specifically the Pudge. I mean, he's got quite a fantastical win rate at the moment, the Pudge. I mean, he's sitting on, I think, like 66%, 66.67% to be actually correct. And he's actually been quite a bit of a devastator. He has gone down, but he's still such a playmaker, and teams have actually been able to play him as a position 4, going around, getting those ganks off. And the fact that you're actually seeing a ban out of the Pudge, I mean, you can see how this entire meta's changed.
Well, we've seen the Pudge being picked up quite a bit, but the only thing where it is risky picking up the Pudge as a position 4 is that he doesn't always get those flesh heap stacks that he's well known for. So he ends up either being extremely tanky and very useful, or he ends up not being able to accomplish much and being like, yes, he gets a hook on an important hero, but then he instantly goes down. So we've seen it like work and also not work at the same time. But one of very successful heroes in the Master Series so far has been that Life Stealer. But we have seen him combo up with Slardar, which unfortunately is banned out, because we haven't seen that combo lose this as of yet, the Life Stealer and Slardar combo. But Life Stealer having quite a bit of success. But
the Ginger Ninja. I mean, that's your favorite hero, I know.
Yeah,
so we know that exDee's now picked up the Wind Ranger. Still, Lifestealer lacks the vessel, if you want to call it that. His transporting unit, his unit that gets him into battle. He's bringer of
he's a centaur.
destruction. I mean,
Bring our rain.
yeah.
Yeah, but they do have the Centaur Warrunner that can always pick up a blink, and the Lifestealer can always infest into him, but they do still have many vessels available. I'd see maybe the Windrunner possibly going mid, to be honest, or even safe lane. You can have like the Centaur Warrunner go off lane, the Lifestealer in the jungle, Windrunner safe lane, Windrunner Rubik thing, or Windrunner mid, and then you pick up another safe lane. It's a versatile draft at the moment, but they do still have the options of the Storm, the Puck, the Queen of Pain, the more classic Lifestealer vessels.
Yeah. Well, jumping onto the side of WRG, they have picked themselves up the Keeper of the Light. We don't see this little beauty be played too often, so we're going to see how he does fare in this matchup. So far, I don't think it's going to be too bad. I mean, if he can get that blind off and you get that mana leak off, I think he can also do really well. But starring himself, the well-mannered gentleman, good day, sir, to the X. WRG is going to actually pick himself up themselves this red beaut of a beast, and I mean, we've seen what this thing can do in lane, cutting lanes. I mean, they try to put an Enigma in one of the previous Masters teams. They actually tried to put an Enigma against an Axe. Axe just said, okay, fine, let's cut the lane and let's see how much farm you get. And Axe did extremely well their game. They couldn't stop him eventually.
Yeah, but the Enigma did really well against that, though, just immediately leveling up those Eidolons, and the Axe moved the creep waves in, but the Enigma kept using the Eidolons to farm his creep waves, so it was actually like counteractive, because, you know, they were doing exactly the same thing, essentially. He wasn't really getting damage on the tower, but yeah, Enigma can work against it, I guess. I don't think exDee is going to pick it up, but I must say this Kotl, aka Keeper of the Light, is damn annoying against something like a Rubik or Windrunner. You have to like mana leak into Blinding Light and then maybe a 4-staff, and you're completely out of mana for that fight. It's an extremely annoying hero, and also it does secure Spirit Breaker to charge, because what are you going to do? You're either going to stand still, okay, wait for the Spirit Breaker to charge you, or the Axe to blink call you, or you're going to run away and eventually get stunned because all your mana is going to get drained. So I do like this pickup. And also with the Aghanim's pickup on the Keeper of the Light, they're going to have map hack vision, which is amazing.
Map hack vision.
Map hack vision. You can see over cliffs without having to ward it. You know, you always have a permanent ulti up. You can TP in anyone at any time. It's just such a good hero to have. But Keeper is very squishy. But it is I wouldn't say a kiting hero, but he's going to have to watch his positioning. But I must say they do have a lot of
mid lone druid.
We'll get to that. Yeah, Terrorblade, Lone Druid. There's a lot of pushing on this team and a lot of creep clear and high ground defense with the Keeper of the Light. So very good, well-rounded team on WRG. Also in a very aggressive team. So you're going to have like the Spirit Breaker and the Axe making the plays early on. Terrorblade, Lone Druid, split pushing. It's going to be absolutely amazing. But then we have the OD. So it's probably going to be a mid-OD Windrunner support, position 4 maybe,
possibly.
I would say.
Possibly. I mean, Rubik can probably telekinesis in front of a trees, and then you got the Wind Rangers in to get a perfect shackle off. But, I mean,
Utility Windrunner. Utility, yeah. You have like the shackle, power shot, maxed type vibe. Yeah, it's very viable.
Yeah. I mean, but looking at the side of WRG, they did pick up their Terrorblade last. So that's probably going to be a Castaway Lone Druid.
Yeah, most likely. I don't see Castaway playing the Terrorblade. He has switched to the carry role before, so I guess we'll find out soon enough. But yeah, I definitely think the Windrunner is going to be the position 4. Rubik going to be very poor, playing in probably the hands of Impact over there on the Rubik. And then, yeah, the Lifestealer, I mean, Centaur's probably going to be that vessel getting that early Blink Dagger. So, yeah.
Alrighty.
You have to see an early blink onto the Centaur Warrunner and the Lifestealer infesting him. I'm assuming that's what's going to happen because they don't really have another vessel for him. But I do love this OD pickup though. It's good against strength heroes, like we've seen in the past that Arcane Orb just like melts through strength heroes, and they do have a lot of tanky heroes on the side of WRG in the form of the Axe, the Druid, and the Spirit Breaker. So I think, and it's also a good disengage here. He can also imprison the Spirit Breaker when he charges. He can maybe imprison the Axe, and maybe if he's got quick on the fingers can do it before he essentially calls. So it's a good pickup, and does look like Soda is going to be playing at mid.
Well, it is going to be rather interesting. I mean, the OD does really well against the illusions as well of the Terrorblade,
Yeah.
like you mentioned. The summoned units going to melt to the right clicks of Soda. So we're going to see if WRG can actually withstand the onslaught coming out here from the side of exDee. Both teams look really good to me. It would be very hard for me to actually put my finger on who is actually the stronger team. I just feel that maybe they've got a little bit more lockdown from the side of exDee. They've got that telekinesis from the Rubik, as well as the hoof stomp. I can never get that word right. I don't know why. But the hoof stomp coming out from the Centaur can actually do a little bit of holding down and do a little bit of CC. For the side of WRG, they've only got the entangle from the Lone Druid. Not the most reliable lockdown that they do have. So it's going to be one of those games where maybe WRG is just going to maybe steamroll down exDee, or exDee is just going to stomp them, pun intended, in their tracks.
Yeah. I think they do have a bit more lockdown though. They've got the Axe Call, they've got the Terrorblade Metamorphosis as well, plus the Slow. They've got the Mana Leak, they've got the Charge, they've got the Bashes, they've got the Entangles, so they have got a fair amount of lockdown, but not solid lockdown like what we're saying, like a hoof stomp or a shackle or a telekinesis or an imprison. It's not a reliable lockdown, so to speak. But they do have plenty of sustainability though on the side of WRG. Great tanky heroes, but we do have the two heroes that deal with strength heroes very, very well, and that is the Lifestealer and the OD. So we're gonna have to see. Plus, I think if it does get to the late game, the Windrunner can always transition into a carry if she really needs to. But she always gets like that Bloodthorn into a Blink, Aghanim Scepter, that type of vibe if she does.
Well, it's up to the hands of the players, and the captains have made their decisions, and we're just waiting for the game to unpause. It seems like one of the players are having a little bit of an issue, so we will continue to bring you this game live. Let's just go around and introduce the players before we start seeing early battles going around the map. So, for those of you that are just joining us, welcome to the DGL Masters game. It is going to be WRG and exDee going head-to-head this evening. Probably the two best teams in SA. Playing on the side of the Radiant is going to be exDee. It's going to be RDK, going to be playing the core Lifestealer with his mate 2-5, going to play in the Centaur Warrunner. We've got Impact, going to be playing the Ruby Rubik, and Mikasa going to be playing out the Ginger Ninja, hiding behind Soda, his teammate there. And Soda, last but not least, going to be playing our Outworld Devourer, and that sums up the side of exDee. Please take it away for the side of WRG.
It will be my absolute pleasure, Mr. Jubba.
Oh.
On the side of WRG, we have Chadawi playing his famous axe, Santo playing that Terrorblade, WRG Castaway on the Lone Druid, Lull.
Whelp, I think that's Whelp.
The keep. Yeah, that's
Whelp.
That's gonna have to be Whelp. And then last but not least, we have WRG Schlinks playing the Spirit Breaker.
Right,
That's
so
definitely Whelp. Whelp has an interesting profile picture there, I must say.
well, just before this game, stats were given to us by Mr. Sargon himself. Just some interesting facts. Just looking at the teams, let's look at them as a team versus team at the moment. KDA versus KDA for both teams is as follows. WRG's team KDA is 6.83. The side of exDee is sitting at 5.53. So we've got two teams very close. I mean, we're talking about maybe one unit away from being on top of one another. So
That's
big
true.
kills, big assists. I mean, both these teams can hit the best of can hit like the best of the best.
Well,
Yeah.
sorry. Well, I mean, if we want to look at individuals, I guess we can quickly give them a rundown here. In Chadawi's KDA sitting at 5.30, Santo sitting at 5.50, Castaway at 9.22, Whelp at 6.92, Schlinks at 8.67, Impact, this is now for exDee, Impact at 6.48, Mikasa, shame, 3.7. Feeder! RDK sitting at a staggering 10. 225 sitting at 7, and Soda, last but not least, sitting at 5.14. So relatively even KDA ratios here for both sides.
No,
except for poor Mikasa. I'm sorry, my boy.
feeding like the best of them. But let's just look at in the entire pool. Let's just maybe do like to say the top 4 players in the Masters League at the moment, while we are still actually paused out. Adestam actually sitting top of the log with a KDO of 10.69. I don't know if we should mention it, but there is rumor that he has actually signed a team. We do know who it is, so if we get enough shout-outs in the chat, maybe we'll reveal it to you later in the game. Then followed out by RDK sitting at 10, then Castaway at 9.22, like you mentioned, and then Shlinks sitting at position 4, sitting at 8.67. So that's going to round it up for the KDAs and the abilities of our players. Very strong players. I mean, these are, like I said, these guys are king of the hill, top of the mountain, and we're really in for a treat this evening. So far, we are going to be seeing the best of the best.
Oh, well, Schlink's getting a sneaky smoked deep ward in there to the shrine. So some nice charging vision for him for later on. But he didn't even get revealed, and unfortunately Mikasa walking just out of the reveal range as Schlinks was getting in there. So, I mean, that's going to be nice. And then another deep observer ward here on the other side as well. So some very good vision for the Spirit Breaker. And they will be able to see the rotations made by the side of exDee as well, pretty fairly. So I mean, yeah, I'm liking the vision here. I really am. Some good warding.
It's going to make a big threat for the side of exDee to know Shrinks is going to be charging around the map. It's pretty much when you don't see Shrinks, you start panicking.
You get that. Yeah.
You just start panicking and you just say, listen, Oaks, we don't know where the Spirit Breaker is. We don't know. He could be in Viz, he could be under fog, or he could be charging your ass like a fat kid loves cake. That's how fast he's going to be running towards you, so just back off and be careful. You've got to be super careful when you don't see a barrier. It's just one of those things.
Plus, he's got the Empowering Haste, and then at his lovely level 25, he gets plus 500 charge speed. And then at level 10, he gets plus 20 movement speed. So you could see a race car Spirit Breaker if you really wanted to. I mean, then you're gonna have the Lone Druid and the Spirit Breaker. How are you gonna catch up to them? It's absolutely ridiculous. Imagine Lone Druid with Empowering Haste. Like, he's already damn fast.
No, you can't even run away from him. You can't even run away from him.
First charge of the game goes on to impacts.
Oh, looking in the bot lane, he's going to be taking quite a bit of damage here from Whelp as well as Shlinks. But RDK going to stand toe-to-toe, right-clicking him down and being super aggressive here. So this trial lane that WRG's actually decided to run, going to leave Axe solo up against the Ginger Ninja. I did see 2-5 was also here in the lane. So they're going to run dual lanes for the side of exDee, for the side of WRG, favoring the aggressive try. How do you feel this is going to work out for them?
Well, I think Chadawi is going to have a very hard time here. I mean, Mikasa is just going to sit and harass him for days with his ranged right clicks, and there is ways to disable a call. I mean, if he doesn't get it on both of them, they've got the hoof stomp and the shackle, plus they've got an extra wind run. They got a wind runs, and it does slow their movement speed as well. So I think it's going to be a very hard lane here for Chadawi. I think putting 2-5 and Chadawi in one lane together might have been a mistake, and Axe can definitely outlane a poor Centaur run over there. But yeah, so Chalawi's going to have to maybe just go into the jungle sometimes, maybe get some creep camps and try get some early rotations there. But it's going to be a tough lane for him. A tri lane, however, if they're not going to make kills, they're going to need to rotate around the map. Otherwise, it's pretty much pointless. All you're doing is getting less XP than the dual lane. So, but I do suspect that Mr. Schlinks over here with the Space Cow is going to be very active around the map. I mean, you don't pick a Space Cow to be passive. So we'll have to see. But as far as the mid lane goes, I would say Castaway wins this just purely because he has that bear and he can stay away from Soda. But Soda is going to imprison him a lot, and maybe Castaway feeds the bear every now and again, which would give him would give Soda 300 gold, which is not ideal. So yeah, and Soda, it looks like Soda is having a bit of trouble here last hitting against this Lone Druid here.
No, it's not going to be an easy lane. I mean, you've got that bear that constantly harasses. I mean, Castaway is doing spectacularly well getting the last hits. So it's going to be a very tough lane for him, but I feel he's not doing too bad regardless of the fact he's staying pretty close. I mean, he's only, maybe about 5-6 last hits away from keeping up with Castaway. So it's going to be really difficult though, but they've always got this threat of the Spirit Breaker running around the map. So Soda also needs to be super careful. But bot lane, here comes the telekinesis into open wounds onto Whelp. Is it enough to bring him down? It is. Impact getting himself first blood with the help of RDK. So already RDK aiding to that KDA, but Impact's KDA doing really well. Top lane though, 2-5 picking up. Chadawi going down as well here. So 2 for 0 already at the 3.5 minute mark. I mean, exDee, they've come to play, and there's no doubt that both teams are going to have a cracker this eve.
Well, I mean, keep out the lights. You know, he only starts with 1 armor, and then you've got a life stealer who's already got a blightstone there reducing it. So the armor reduction is 2. So essentially, keep out the light has -1 armor. So, I mean, he's not going to make it very far, and especially with the slow as well as the rage. There's not much they could have done to help him out there. And with Impact, you know, having that last fade bolt as well, it's just there's no chance. The poor Cottle got caught out there. But yeah, as I suspected, Chadawi is going to have a very, very hard lane here, and they do decide to change up the lanes a bit. We do have Santo here now in the safe lane for WRG as well as Whelp. So maybe getting the axe, putting the axe against the life stealer and Rubik here.
Well, I mean,
it looks like he's actually just going to the jungle. Maybe, see, this is what happens all the time. RDK just gets left to do whatever the hell he wants. Like, he's now being uncontested again.
I mean, that is the biggest question. And the other previous Master teams kind of did the same thing. They left RDK to do the RDK kind of vibes. And that's pretty much just let him sit back and farm. And considering that that you only had a dual lane against their try, and they still couldn't pick up a kill, and they got a kill onto Whelp. I mean, that just goes back and says, listen, our try lane failed. We lost Whelp. We need to actually change something up. So they stuck Santana in the top lane against this dual lane as well from exDee. Maybe they can sit with a little bit of an advantage this time around. But 2-5 being super aggressive. Yeah, here comes out the charge. Going to find himself Mikasa. The latch down onto 2-5, not going to be able to be enough. Then he's going to try and run away, but Menelik has actually been popped out. Telekinesis, there goes the Coddle, going to die really quickly from the double edge as well as the telekinesis into Fade Bolt. And again, WRG sitting on a bit of a bat foot. Here comes another little bit of a charge. Going to try and get out of it now. We got Center thrown down the reflection just to slow down 2-5, but Mikasa's shackle earlier, latching across here, and then looping around the back there. Such easy plays here for the side of exDee.
Yeah, well, it's one thing about the laning phase. I mean, it's like Shackle Deluxe. It's the Shackle Paradise there. And Mikasa does have 2 levels in it, seeming that he is playing that position for Windrunner. So I expect he's going to be leveling that Shackle shot it's going to be leveling the Shackle shot more. It's going to take Disable over Nuke at the moment. And it is the utility Windrunner build. I haven't seen it played like this in a while. And, you know, it is pretty effective. I prefer Windrunner as like a mid to off-lane core type vibe. But position 4 does work up nicely. But these Shackles on point. Mikasa.
Catching out Santa again into Stomp Move, into Double Edge. And done.
Building up their KDA ratio, dude.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They heard us complaining earlier, and they just took a chill. So, yeah.
Well, he is the playmaker for them, him and 2-5. So it does explain why his KDA is a bit lower than the rest. It's not like he's the one, you know, intensively farming and, you know, doing all those beautiful things. He normally plays the heroes that, you know, make the plays happen, maybe die off first. But I must say, this mid lane over here going surprisingly well. Okay, I can't really say surprisingly. It is Castaway after all, but it's not going. I wouldn't expect it to go this well for him against an OD. Yes, I would think that Alone would win the lane, but not this hard. I mean, Soda's only sitting on 26 CS with 2 denies, where Caster is sitting at 40 last hits with 14 denies. That's a significant lane loss over here for Soda.
Look, fair enough. I mean, Soda has to go up against 2 heroes essentially, the Bear and the Castaway. So it does make it a little bit more difficult. But yes, I agree. I mean, you'd expect Soda to be doing a little bit better, considering that he can maybe get in there, use the astral imprisonment just to kind of save himself those creeps. But I mean, it's just going to go to a testament of how ridiculously strong a lone druid is. And you know what's going to be super scary when it comes to the late game? Is the entangle will go through rage and actually lock down RDK as well. So I don't think WRG is too worried just yet, as long as Castaway can really get that farm that's so needed up on him.
Look, we have seen. Ooh, okay, well, hold on.
Well, Chadawi gets the call off onto RDK. RDK smiles in the fear of it. Telekinesis up into Chadawi. He's trying to run it off. Here comes Barrick, comes in there, charges him down, and going to be able to just stop the onslaught. But I keep saying Barra, Spirit Breaker, Space Cow. They're all the same to me.
Space Creator.
Yeah, Space Creator.
No, but honestly, I think Chadawi would have been okay there nonetheless. I mean, he did have a lot of one charges, plus he does have the Tranquil Boots up as well, so it does help him survive a bit. Nice attempt there, though. What were we saying before? Oh, yeah. Lifestealer, Lockdown, Entangle, all this.
That's
good
it.
things. They do have an axe as well. The call goes through rage, and so does his beautiful Cutting Blade. It goes through all of that good stuff. So, yeah, I mean, they've got a lot of ways to deal with a life stealer, so to speak. But
top lane, though.
Chadawi taking on this beautiful stack over here in the jungle. Even using the shrine to help them take the stack so early.
Well, it's going to be a huge amount of gold that he actually needs.
Yeah. I think he's just trying to secure the blink onto Chadawi right now. He needs that blink dagger. It's a bit too late for the Vanguard straight away, I think. He needs to go for that blink dagger and make some plays around the map here.
Well, they're going to see. I mean, I'm worried about Center. I mean, he's actually been stuck into the jungle now. He's actually been put there now to try and see what farm he can get out. I mean, I feel a little bit bad for WRG if they can't actually get the food onto Center, where a lot of the damage is going to be coming out from him. I think backed up with Castaway on his lone druid is a form of backup. But I mean, if Santa doesn't get those items that he needs up, his illusions are going to be less tanky, and Soda's just going to go to work on him. But now Mikasa getting caught out, going to TP out pretty easy in the top lane. So, I mean, Santa, he's going to become...
Hold on, one more.
Oh! Impact. Oh, that's why you call him an impact player, and that's why his name's Impact.
Player.
Yeah.
No, but that's what WRG Draft is actually primarily supposed to do, is create the space for this Terrorblade to become absolutely massive. And remember, their lineup can split push pretty effectively with the Lone Druid and the Terrorblade here. So, I mean, you have the Axe and the Spirit Breaker, the Coddle, all those good things. Coddle's there to provide vision, and, you know, it's there to do a whole bunch of things, actually. But primarily, it's also to do the fact that you've got that cooldown reduction for Chakra Magic as well, when it gets applied to allied heroes. So it's gonna be pretty great. I do think that WRG can create space for the Terrorblade if they need to. It's not going to be an issue. But now RDK is getting gone on here by Chadawi and Schlinks. Can he get out of it though?
Well, they even tried to use Stampede, but he was actually called up, so he couldn't actually get away. Soda TP's in, gonna get the Astral Imprisonment off, Impact in the sidelines. There comes the Telekinesis, gonna pull him back a little bit into ulti from Soda, and that is one dead. Axaruni, Chadawi.
Yeah, it's an easy tower for him. Mid tower is gone, friends. It is gone. Just like the power of this bear right now in this meta is amazing. I mean, the last time I saw bear this strong was when you could still put armlets on him, on the bear itself. If you remember that.
Yeah. And then you just toggle.
Yeah, that was the last time that Druid was this strong.
Yeah,
now
so
it's come back in force. I believe it's even better than it used to be.
I mean, the ranged lone druid is just ridiculous to deal with. Like, I mean, I'm not a Masters player. I'm nowhere near to the capabilities of what these guys are. And I can't get away from a lone druid. I can't get away from them. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm just a bad player. But I can't. As soon as he sets his eyes on me, and surprisingly, as a tech, you'd expect them just to leave me alone because I do no damage. But for some reason, they just love me.
Yeah, but okay. He's sitting now, right, at level 7, and his bear's already got 550 movement speed and hasn't even got boots of its own yet.
Oh, now he's got haste as well.
Now he's got haste as well. Okay, never mind. I didn't even see that. But yeah, it just... Okay, hold on. We'll see now. 437 movement speed without boots on his bear, right?
Yeah.
Then it's just like... how are you getting away from that when most supports start at 350 or, like 375? There's no getting away from that thing. And then the entangle chance, sometimes RNG is with the bear player and it just entangles you on like the first hit. You're just dead. There's nothing you can do.
No, it's and the thing is, I mean, the amount of damage that you have to actually focus on the bear. I mean, you've got the right clicks from Soda that's going to have to be hit out onto the bear. You've got RDK that's going to have to be focusing on the bear. I know we've been focusing a lot on Castaway, or not really Castaway, more on the Lone Druid. It's just because how ridiculous has this hero actually become?
Yeah.
I mean, what's the pick and ban stats on the Lone Druid?
81% for Lone Druid.
Oh wow, that's absolutely ridiculous, guys. To all the captains out there that are watching, please do not pick Lone Druid because it's just broken.
Well, teams generally pick up the sniper against the bear because like it can stand at the back, right-clicking the thing down. The sniper can deal with it pretty easily. Because it doesn't really have to be the team fight to be effective. But the sniper was, I believe, banned. I can't actually remember here.
No,
but
he wasn't.
It wasn't banned, okay.
No.
But like the sniper has become ridiculous this patch as well, and it's been picked up in pub stumps and in the Masters a lot of times. The sniper. So I mean, it's the two heroes that are currently picked the most in the carry world when it comes to Dota at the moment. But yeah, I do feel like a sniper is one of the heroes that can deal with that bear, especially if you have tanky frontliners like the Life Stealer, the Centaur, that type of thing. You can definitely stand in the back as a sniper and do whatever you want. But Spirit Breaker, charging onto Mikasa here. Well,
almost
so
going
close to
down.
death there. I think Mikasa, Schlink's definitely going to cancel that charge. Doesn't want to charge into Mikasa, RDK, and Impact. That's a bit of a risky maneuver. But yeah, this is going to be hard, but I must say 2-5. Good timing on that Blink Dagger. Maybe we see something happen here. He is stunning up Chidawi, getting toe-to-toe here. Oh, Mikasa Shackle just not landing. Angle
Do you know what's super surprising, though, is, I mean, even though the game is now, 15 minutes in, it's almost taken 15 minutes for Santa to actually almost catch up to what RDK's farm is. I mean, how scary is that? I mean, and also it's been newts as well. So, I mean, those newts give a little bit more gold than what lane creeps give. So
you saw Chidawi helping him out there with the stack. I mean, they stacked it 2 or 3 times, and then Chidawi basically tanked it for him. They shrined and then did it again. So, like I said, they've got the heroes to create space around the map here for Santo, and Santo can just passively farm and come in every now and again when he needs to, and maybe split push the map. But yeah, he's catching up very, very nicely here, I must say. He's only sitting 20 creeps behind the nearest carry, so it's not that bad. But a little bit of a
2-5. 2-5, catching out Chidawi. Charge coming in from Schling's Castaway, showing a little bit of his face, but they actually decided to actually get out. No casualties taken then, so they're going to actually just pull out. And nice little kind of tempt of fate there by 2-5. It looks like he kept on he was rearing his horse.
But an immediate smoke now. Yeah. Maybe going to try go onto Castaway, but I think Castaway smells something is up here, and he backs out immediately, sending his bear to possibly scout for heroes.
There comes out the fear. Castaway's been telekinesis up. He's trying to get out of there. Changing to his true form now. And Impact, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Also stole his charge. But Schlink's going to take a chunk of damage. He's actually under the shrine. Not going to be able to finish it off. Mikasa. And in the back lines, here comes out RDK. Open wounds onto Chidawi. There's the pick. Got to actually root him up. I think that was first hit. Soda trying to bring him down. But Mikasa in the sidelines throws down that power shot. Catches him out. And Soda trying to make easy work here of the bear. Easy 300 gold in his pocket. And already exDee sitting 8-1 at the 16-minute mark. WRG never got their breakfast this morning. They never got it all last night.
No, but I mean, it was a beautiful attempt though. Unfortunately, Mikasa power shot did not land onto Schlinks, but 2-5 took care of that one pretty easily with that double edge, and then obviously the last power shot just on point, taking down Chidawi over there, and an easy 300 gold for Soda. I mean, he right-clicked that bear pretty damn fast. But yeah, nice mid tower there for them, and obviously to the heroes on the side of WRG. I must say, Castaway getting out of that gank very, very well. I mean, quick on those fingers with the fear, then immediately into his ulti form, and actually blocking quite a bit of damage gone onto him over there just by doing that. So very well played by Caster over there. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out for the side of WRG this time. And now there's a Mr. Lifestealer inside 225. He has
I've been tracking him. I've actually been tracking him this entire time because I'm waiting for some kind of blink, splash, bangaroony, and RDK not actually getting any farm, so a little bit of a wasted infest, but nonetheless, they're going to now probably try and push top tier 1.
20 seconds.
Oh,
and
but
again.
2 to 5. Catching out well, taking a power shot to the face, open wounds. There comes a Stampede. Is it going to be enough? It is. RDK closing out that deal as if it was Donald Trump himself, making easy work of him now.
You can say thank you to the Echo Save over there. If it wasn't for that double hit, that Coddle would have TP'd out and been just fine. Just like maybe on 20 HP, but he would have gotten out.
Yeah.
So good item choice there, RDK.
so now let me ask you, I mean, like we've seen the Cottle. I mean, we were maybe expecting a little bit too many big things coming out from the Cottle. Hasn't really had like a really good performance. Do you still think it was a viable choice in this game?
I still think the Coddle's an excellent choice for this game. I mean, it does provide, it provides a lot of things. It provides the mana leak, provides the chakra magic cooldown. It has decent wave clear. When it does have Aghanim Scepter, it provides excellent vision for the team. And it's also a hero that can solo support, essentially, and still have money for items, because it can farm creep waves very, very fast. So it's one of those heroes that can actually position 5 supports and have items at the same time. It's still a very viable support, and I love a keeper. It's so useful, but unfortunately it is a squishy hero and not a particularly fast hero. So, I mean, it is getting taken down by, the likes of 225 and RDK.
Oh, 225. 225 catching our Castaway, going to try and bring him down. Not going to be good enough. There comes the Entangle. Going to bring down 225. Easy peasy. Shadawi in the mix of it. There comes out to Surrender, keeping Shadawi alive. RDK can't stand toe to toe and does go down. All of a sudden, the White Rabbit is back in the swing of things. Going to try and find out impact here in the sidelines. Even Shadawi wants a bit more. They find him out. Comes out the easy charge from Schlinks. And before you know it, almost a full 5-man team up for the exception of Soda. Just jamming in the mid lane, doing his thing, and yeah, I mean, exDee took a pounding to the face there.
Yeah, I think it's due to the fact that they all kind of TP'd in, and one kind of died after the other because the TPs don't exactly land at the same time. So, and also it kind of split up as well in that fight. So they weren't really focused on the same heroes, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But no, oh no, Soda in a bunch of trouble here, and he's not getting out of this one, I'm afraid. There's just way too many heroes on him.
No. Santo picking up the kill there as well for himself. So now we've got 2 of the cores of WRG sitting top of the log, followed them by Soda and then RDK. So WRG, even though Santo had a little bit of a tough time in the beginning, definitely making it back. I mean, we saw they had to actually change lanes, and then eventually he caught up, and now work's being done. I mean, call this like a plumber.
Do you see how fast the towers get taken with a Lone Druid and a Terrorblade? It's just...
sickening.
It is sickening. And I mean, if there's no one to, stop them, they're just going to melt these towers down. It's just, they've the playmakers. They've got the Spirit Breaker, the Axe, and they've got the 2 amazing tower pushers as well, and the wave clear with this Coddle. So, I mean, he's been doing an excellent job at supporting, I must say. And look at, this is what I mean, right? He's the only one buying courier, wards, everything, and now he's got an Aghanim Scepter up at 21 minutes because he can farm. It's a support that can farm. He's already got 71 CS on a Coddle, right? That's almost the same amount as the off-lane Centaur Warrunner at 93, and this is a position 5 solo support here. So I mean, it is a very viable pickup. I must say, it's one of the supports that can actually get away with it.
Well, it's going to be a little bit difficult now. exDee, I mean, they know they're going to be under a little bit of pressure. They took a really bad team fight there. They actually engaged on it. 2-5 actually trying to find out Castaway. The rest of WRG finding out RDK. So now exDee, they're in a little bit of a predicament. I mean, what do? Do we just go and try and push tier 2? Shadawi does have his blink, so he's going to be making those big plays up here for the team. Going to send the bear in just to try and hold.
They do have TPs available. They do have TPs available on all their heroes here, so they could defend this tier 2 if they really wanted to. Do you think exDee do need to back out here? Maybe just a touch. They don't really have ages or anything on their heroes. And like I said before, they've got some sustainable tanky massive initiating heroes on the side of WRG, but it does look like they decide to split push instead, and Santo is not really bothered about TPing in right now.
No, he's...
He decides to glyph. Interesting though.
Maybe they feel they can actually defend it. If not, they can probably defend the high ground. That's probably their thinking. Maybe exDee is just going to try and take tier 2, retreat back, and then maybe go into the pit. But they're going to try and get the bear. Nice 300 gold. If RDK is able to actually bring it down, they're actually going to get pinged back.
It is so fast, that bear. Like, even when it's slowed, it's like as fast as a hero.
Even with open wounds, he runs as quick as a hero. I mean, it is ridiculous, but...
Charging.
He's charging the soda. He's charging the soda. He wants a drink. Baron needs a drink. He needs a drink. He needs a soda. So he finds out soda. Going to get the charge off. There comes the Astral Imprisonment. But into the mana leak. Trying to get away. Gets stunned out. Oh, the latch is not going to land onto the creep. A little bit of a dodge there. Chirawi getting the call off onto soda. Soda goes down. Castaway right clicking like an animal at the moment. I mean, Maelstrom. He's already got his million already. So now he's... I mean, he's going to be hitting so hard. If he can just play around his bear, they're going to have to really look at a way to try and deal with Castaway. Santo?
The soda being greedy and the Schlink spotting him out, I guess. But now there's something very dangerous on the side of WRG. Oh no, Shackle lands, but it's not going to really do much. Okay. On Whelp, we have an Aghanim Scepter, right? And in his stash there is a gem. Map hacks enabled, boys and girls. Map hacks enabled.
Map hacks enabled. And let's not forget, the Ags actually gives him a full ulti mode continuously, as well as allowing during the day mode to heal his teammates every time the wave goes over them.
Yeah.
So pushing for days. I mean, the sustain, like you can't believe.
Yeah, it's not just that. Like, I know that it's kind of like a pun, pushing for days, because if you push during the daytime, you get heals.
Yeah.
Because at nighttime, the keeper.
Stampede! Here it comes. Sorry, gets the ulti off into the pit. Mikasa getting the latch off. Telekinesis up onto Schlinks. Now they're taking a huge amount of damage here. They're going to lose 2 to 5. They do lose Santo as well. The charge does come out onto RDK. Not going to be good enough. And they're still fighting away. Chudawi goes down. And RDK doing a bit of work here. Castaway getting himself a double kill. So losing 4 players here for the side of exDee. Make it a 5th as a full 5-man team up. They decide, let's jump out of the pit. Let's push down a mid-tier 2 tower. And we'll come back to Rosh where Mr. Santo is alive.
The plays from Whelp in that team fight were absolutely
Did you see the blind? Wow.
I saw the mana leak onto impact into blinding light and cancel TP. You know, it was beautiful. But he got off like 2 or 3 blinding lights. You know, 4 or 5 blasts. Just like mana leaks on everyone, and then still that cooldown reduction with the chakra magic. It's just, yeah, he played that perfectly, and he didn't take any damage. I mean, he was running around like a mad person. But yeah, contesting Rush in the daytime against a cuddle with Aghanims, maybe not such a good idea.
I mean, look at his vision around the map.
Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it looks look at that, like that huge circle around him. Like if you guys check on the mini map, just look at that huge circle following the cuddle.
Okay, let me actually click on follow, and then you can see it better without me trying to.
Yeah, his vision right now is
ridiculous.
Insane.
That is it. There's no way you can gank that guy. Whelp is ungankable.
That's what I'm saying. Ganking, trying to contest Rush with the keeper with an Aghanims during the day, it's not a good idea. But
drunk, good day, sir.
Yeah, Mikasa goes down very easily there. And
that was a LeBron James.
RDK, this is not such a good idea, my friend. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Let RDK be RDK. If he wants to fight, let him fight. I want to see RDK fight. I want to see it.
But unfortunately, he's on the hero that if goes in alone, is not going to be able to do much. But now 2 to 5 getting charge up impact. Oh my
well,
word.
They even find that out. Gets Chadawi gets telekinesis up. Not even call needed as 2 to 5 gets melted away by Castaway, just making easy work of him there as well. Top tier 2 taken. This could be an opportunity for them to maybe do a little bit of damage here to the tier 3. They've got the pair, they've got the tools to their disposal. We've got the Ginger Ninja, she's alive. Mikasa trying to get that latch off, doesn't actually latch. Link's going to get Astral Imprisonment out. There's not enough here for the side of exDee to actually protect us. And while Lynx is creating that space with Chadawi, WRG take top lane of Rex.
That was a very easy Rax. I mean, they can't really contest that right now.
No.
You've got Metamorphosis up. You've got the bear right clicking like an absolute truck. Plus, you have ages on him as well. So it's just and it's still daytime with the keeper.
And it's all day down. I think we need to change our saying from hitting like a truck to maybe hitting like Rocky, because Rocky Balboa was like the greatest boxers of all time in real life. No, I'm joking, but he was like one of those greatest boxers. So you just say like hitting like Rocky. Hitting like a rock.
Hitting like a rock. But I must say, this has been... I mean, it feels like this game has been, 10 minutes long? It's been a full 28 minutes. There's just so much action on this map. It's like, I can't keep my eyes off the screen.
Well, now there's been action. I mean, in the beginning, there wasn't. But I do see Shlinks charging. RDK finds out RDK. There comes Chidawi. Comes the blink. Blade Mail going to have actually been latched up by Mikasa. But, well, doing a little bit of damage there. But Santo getting the kill. Can Chidawi make another follow-up play? Telekinesis out. Stopping Chidawi's onslaught here. Impact. Glimmer Caped up. Chidawi finding the Glimmer Caped Rubik. This is unfortunate for him. As he's going to get latched up. He can't get the Kobe Bryant off just yet by Castaway. One right click. Not even two. Just one from Castaway. Actually been forced staff forward. And killing the courier to boot. Yep. Easy money coming here for the side of WRG.
That gem, I must say. But I mean, this Mikasa shackles have been absolutely amazing throughout this game. I mean, it's just a bit unfortunate it didn't have that much of an impact here. Yeah, that's one thing also about the Coddle is that the ulti is constantly up, but now Soda's just gonna completely melt.
That blink into BKB when he tried to actually Hurricane Park away, such a beautiful read. I mean, he Hurricane Parked and then Chidawi just jumps on him perfectly. I mean, that was unbelievable.
Chidawi just wants to chop people to death. That's all he wants to do.
He might be a well-mannered man, but there's a lot of aggression in an axe, people.
And that's one thing I wanted to say about the Coddle is that with the Aghanims, his ulti is always up, so he can just TP in his whole team when he wants to, you know? It's just, good game.
Yeah, GG has been called.
Oh no, Impact.
And GG has been called out. So game number 1 is done and dusted. WRG take it away with a little bit of a rocky start in the beginning. exDee was leading 8-1 at one point. And then all of a sudden, the white rabbit came out of its hole and wanted to play. And the side of exDee just couldn't actually hold on the onslaught. So with all that said, we're going to have a look at the post-game stats rather quickly, and then we're going to jump into the next lobby. So maybe while we're going through the post-game analysis, maybe tell us where you think exDee maybe fell apart, because at one point exDee looked like they had this in the bag.
I would never say exDee have it in the bag. Like for me,
well, I mean, they were looking strong. They were looking good.
They were looking strong, but I mean, we've always seen early game rotations and stuff not really matter. I mean, it comes more down to keeping cool heads. Okay, we go. Okay, well, Chidawi, you're not winning the lane. You just died. Get out of that lane. Let's swap over. Immediately they swap over. Chidawi starts stacking. He starts getting his farm, getting that blink dagger up quickly. Helping Santo, with the early ancient stacks. Castaway absolutely gone, like he just flat out won mid. Last hits, he took the tower by himself. Nothing they could do. Yes, RDK got left uncontested again, but it really didn't matter in the end. He's not playing the usual mobile heroes he generally plays, like the looters, the morphlings, that type of thing. He wasn't playing a hero like that. And then you had the Spirit Breaker and the Axe starting to make space. And while farming up the quick Aghanims, getting all that good stuff up. And once they got those key items up, they just started pushing. And there's not much that they could do after that. I mean, Soda got caught out quite a few times on his own. Got a bit greedy there in the jungle. That little Schlinks wanted a bit of soda. Wanted to drink.
He wants to drink. Take me to the fountain.
Staying behind in the jungle when there's wards there to farm is a bit greedy, and getting caught out like that. The one fight where they all TP'd in and died one by one, essentially got split up. They just took some really bad team fights and got caught out. It's just a bit unfortunate. It's for me, early game kills and rotations don't really mean much. It comes down to the farming, the getting your items up, knowing when to take a fight, when not to take a fight, knowing when to push, when to get the hell out, that type of thing. The contesting rush with the Aghanim's daytime keeper, where you're gonna have a lot of vision. You've got a blink on the axe, you've got a spirit breaker, just not a good idea. Like, they should have rather just left the rush. They ended up dying. They ended up losing a Rax because of that. It was just bad decisions for me.
Yeah, well, we're going to jump into game number 2. We'll give you a little bit more of a rundown when the lobby is up. So we're going to love and leave you for about 2 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Go get a drink. Go for a wee. And not a number 2. Not a number 2, guys. We don't have enough time for a number 2. Only a number 1. Go to the toilet for a number 1. But we will see you guys very, very soon. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you guys soon.
How do you achieve your greatness?
There's no margin for error.
No room for mistakes.
You need total control.
Your success is determined by your grit.
It takes thousands of hours perfecting your moves.
And only the strong survive.
You think you've paid your dues?
You think you're ready to enter the arena?
Think again.
This is the Telkom Digital Gaming League,
This is where legends fight till the last second.
where the action explodes straight through your system.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and Dota players around the world. I'm actually speaking slowly because this is how grave a situation this is. We have WRG
Dun, dun,
versus
dun.
exDee Gaming. Dum dum dum. Gonna go head to head once again in game number 2. WRG taking game 1 off exDee in a rather up and down game, I would say. I mean, in the beginning, exDee was looking really good. And then WRG just poked their head out the rabbit hole and they said, all right, well, my Santos farmed, my Castaway's done his work. Let's go around the map and get stuff done, with the threat of Schlinks constantly being the nightmare for the side of exDee. They just couldn't get themselves back into the game. But nonetheless, we are going to see things differently in game number 2. I am Jubba, joined by Succubus, as well as stats being done by Mr. Sargon, that's been helping us out here, giving us a little bit of an insight on picks of bans and win ratios, KDAs, and all those good things that make us better casters. And if we're not better casters, then maybe we can just entertain you for the eve. Nonetheless, the draft is out. We've got the Weaver Luna being banned out for the side of WRG this time around. exDee banning out Slardar and the Lone Druid, respecting the Castaway LD.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, exDee just took they had 2 really massive team fights that just didn't go their way, and it changed the game quite significantly. It was there in the top lane, I believe, and then at the Rush fight as well. So, yeah, that fight at Rush lost them racks, and then the game was pretty much over from there for them. I mean, you can't really stop your racks is exposed. There's ways to get into your base, but I must say, I have to give a shout out to Mr. Reddit himself, the MGO of exDee Gaming. He's been very supportive in this whole Master Series. And then, of course, to Crimzoon. I know you guys are watching. I just want to say hello to you too as well.
Well, yeah, big shout out to boys. Reddit's best reserve for the side of exDee. One of the best reserves in SA, in my opinion.
Best reserves, but...
Okay. Right, all right, okay, wait, hang on. Okay, wait, hang on. Just hang on. Let's maintain composure here. All right, so let's just jump on to WRG picked up the Ember Spirit. Gonna be Castaway Ember Spirit right now.
Yeah, it's a disgusting.
exDee pick up the Underlord into a page. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, is there any mercy left in the world? Okay, but now anyway, Underlord's pick and ban ratio. Sorry, I want to say this because this is absolutely ridiculous. Underlord has been picked and banned 77% of the time with a win rate of 20%.
Yeah.
Win rate of 20%, right? But now you couple that up with maybe a Pudge. A Pudge that's got a current win rate of about 67%. Let's round off for our non-mathematicians out there. 67% win rate on the Pudge. I mean, exDee, they've got something sneaky up their sleeve, I feel.
Yeah, they have got something sneaky up here, indeed. And I must say, we've seen the Pit of Malice being used to land hooks for, as a vessel to land hooks, if you want to say that. But Underlord is extremely strong. It is extremely strong. That aura of his is absolutely ridiculous.
But why does he have a low win rate then? Why does he have a low win rate? That's confusing to me. Is it because teams haven't learned how to play around the Underlord?
I honestly think that it's just not being used as well as it should. Yes, it's being used as an offlaner, but there are just so many better heroes right now in the current meta than the Underlord for that position. Look, it has worked out for some teams, but I don't know. This is a very controversial hero indeed. I mean, the ulti is amazing. The aura is absolutely fantastic. I mean, that Firestorm does so much damage as well. But I think also the main issue with him is he's got a bit of a mana problem. So he can't really spam. But Pudge, we've seen a huge success rate. The two together, however, I don't believe we've seen a match where Underlord and Pudge have been picked in the same draft and it's actually won. So we'll have to see.
All right. Well, I mean, exDee. I mean, if if any team can actually pull it off,
exDee can do it.
exDee can do it. I mean, these are the two best teams in SA. Like, I mean, we're not stressing this by any means. I mean, the top three teams is WRG, exDee, and APG, all undefeated, except for APG. Now they did lose a series to WRG. So far, both teams undisputed series winners, exDee and White Rabbit Gaming. So if anyone can win it, it's gonna be exDee. Well, because exDee chose Landlord. So if anyone can do it, they can. But yes, I interrupted you. Tell us about this beautiful Lesh.
Lesh we haven't seen often. I think we've seen it picked maybe once or twice. Although the hero has a massive, and I mean massive, damage output. I mean, if you have a reliable Lesh rack, that is. I mean, the Sun is not as reliable as, say, a Lion or something like that. It is a split Earth. It is harder to land than some other stuns, but you do have things like Yule Scepter, that type of thing.
Whelp showed us you don't need any of that, though.
Yeah, Whelp did show us that, but he is primarily picked for the Diabolic Edict and the Pulse Nova, because that damage output in a team fight is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, one of the heroes that put out the most magical damage in the game is Lesh, and it really is amazing. And also, obviously, melts down towers, and then we're going to have an inevitable Veil of Discord coming out with the Ember Spirits.
So that amplifies the magic damage as well.
That amplifies it as well.
Beautiful.
So these two hero picks are absolutely disgusting. I mean, shame on you, White Rabbit Gaming. This is devastating. Like, Ember Spirit on Castaway, we've seen how it absolutely wrecks teams, it wrecks players. Yeah, this hero's got such good escape. It's got amazing damage, and obviously when it gets to the late game, he can build into quite a fantastic carry, and it's very good at farming. So, yeah, very good. It's just got the all-round hero. It can gank, it can split push, it can carry. It's just such a good hero right now in this current meta, and it's fast-paced. So I mean, but that Veil of Discord with the Ember Spirit with the Lesh. Yeah, goodbye any hero that decides to run into that. And now we have the cuddly Crystal Maiden. And we've seen her once. We saw her once, hey?
Yep,
It
she
was actually this week, yeah.
It was this week. I think it was APG that picked it up, if I'm not mistaken. They tried to play the Crystal Maiden. It didn't do too bad, and didn't actually win when the game that she was in. If I do recall, my memory is not the greatest. I'm getting old, guys. But it did really well. I think
it was actually WRG that picked it up.
Was it WRG that picked it up?
Yeah, because I remember
Crystal
Maiden being rich as hell. She had the Hand of Midas with 120 gold per minute. It was like she had like every item in Dota at like 40 minutes.
She just had it in her backpack.
Yeah,
she had it in her
She
backpack.
casually had a casual glimmer cape in her backpack. I don't need it right now. It's there. Do it for later. So I think geez, we casted this like yesterday or the day before. Sorry, but I mean I do remember a very farmed, impactful Crystal Maiden.
Yeah.
But yeah, she was. I mean, I still think she's a beautiful hero. I mean, she's got the arcane aura, which is fantastic. She's the anti-carry with the Frostbite. She's got that movement speed slow and that ulti. If she can land it properly without dying or getting interrupted, it does a massive amount of damage. But we see the double-headed ogre come out.
Right, well, we do see the Ogi is going to come out, going to be that support, going to be using that Bloodlust on the Lifestealer as well, just trying to increase his right clicks. So far, looking at the drafts thus far, we've got a Lifestealer, Leshrac, and Ogre Magi we're going to assume going to be in a tri-lane. We've got Ember Spirit going to be sitting in the mid. White Rabbit needs an offlaner. Do you think it could be a Clockwork, something that can disrupt the Pudge December? Because the Pudge December against the Lifestealer does really well. You've then got, if you mix it in with a Clockwork, he's a really good engage for the side of WRG. Or do you think maybe exDee is going to decide to pick up a Clockwork? But they need more right click damage, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I think exDee needs a right clicker, maybe like a Sven, perhaps.
I don't know. Like, I don't think a Clockwork's viable for exDee. I mean, yes, you can level Necromancery on the Shadow Fiend, level Cogs, get early souls before the game even starts. That's always beautiful.
No, forget my comment for exDee. Rather say for WRG.
Yeah, WRG, I don't see a Clockwork working out here, but I must say I do fear for the Shadow Fiend mid, because Ember's gonna completely win that lane. I mean, he's not going to take any damage from the Shadow Razors with his Flame Guard. He's going to just Searing Chains into the SF. SF's going to melt. And then they've got the Ogre, who's probably going to be harassing him mid. He's going to ignite the Shadow Fiend the whole time while, cast away Searing Chains and Flame Guards and just ticks him down. You're going to have the Crystal Maiden rotating mid quite a bit to help out the Shadow Fiend. I don't think Shadow Fiend was maybe the best pick here. And now we have a Bat Rider as well. I mean, wow. Well, there's your
initiate.
Clockworky hero is the Bat Rider. Obviously, that flaming lasso going straight through BKBs as well, and he gets that Aghanim Scepter up. He can pull 2 heroes at a time.
Yeah, it's going to be sick if he can actually get that. If he does get the Ags, we don't see it often though.
Yeah, he can essentially waste the SF's BKB, or he can pull out the key hero that needs to get taken down first. So I mean, a Bat Rider is a very, very viable pick here for WRG. I would also say Clockwork is, but then there's way too many melees. I feel like they need another ranged hero on the side of White Viper Gaming. But yeah, Bat Rider definitely a good pick. Something we don't see often either. But they answer it with an anti-mage, the anti-fun hero.
Okay.
Call him anti-fun. Okay, there's anti-fun. Bye-bye, guys. Game over.
Sure, AFK farm until 40 minutes in the game.
He's also very good at split pushing, and he's also got one of the best Aghanim Scepter upgrades in the game currently. Basically, a Lotus Orb and Lincoln's at the same time with 3 stats. Well, it's got decent stats, Aghanim Scepter. Plus, I mean, yeah, I guess it's good against the Bat Rider. Can evade the lasso, so to speak, with an Aghanim Scepter. So yeah, good pickup here for the side of exDee, and also he's very good at split pushing as well. I mean, you can start taking away your towers while you're team fighting, and before you know it, you've got a missing Rax, and you didn't even see it coming. So, but it's also one of those heroes that if it gets locked down, say a sheep stick, a stun, that it gets rooted, he can't blink out of it. It's going to be a hard game for RDK as well. They've got a lot of heroes that can deal with him.
Right, well, the game 2 is underway. WRG versus exDee. Let's go around and do the introductions. I'll do the side of the die this time around. We've got Chidawi going to be playing on the Bat Rider. We've got Schlink's going to be playing our twin-headed Ogre. Better known as Ogre Magi. We've got Whelp going to be playing the non-Yules needed Split Earther Lander. Going to be playing on the Lesh. We've got Castaway going to be playing on the Ember Spirit. And last but not least, going to be Santo, going to be on our Life Stealer. He did some pretty good work in the early parts of in the earlier game this week. He got really farmed on the Life Stealer. So that wraps it up for the side of WRG. Please go ahead and introduce the side of the Radiant.
On the side of the Radiant, we have Mikasa playing the Putka, Impact playing the cuddly little Crystal Maiden over there, RDK on your Anti-Mage, a Mid-Soda on the Shadow Fiend, and last but not least, an Offlane 225 on the Underlord.
Right, well, I'm really anticipating to see how 225 does on Underlord. He seemed to be really underwhelmed. Can't really get too... Well, he doesn't do too bad in the laning phase. When it comes to the later parts of the game, he kind of gets a little bit underwhelmed. So I'm really keen to see how exDee actually decides to run it. But yeah, they go Chidawi. Going to get iced up. But Whelp as well as Schlink to the backlines. Chidawi may actually go down. Yeah, the Rot's slowing up quite a bit. RDK trying to right-click him down. He's going to salve up, hiding through the jungle. He's going to slow him down with his napalm. Now Mikasa may actually go down. He does. So nice little first blood there going to WRG. And the return kill from RDK picking up that kill. But Impact, he may actually suffer here. One more right click and it's going to be good. Whelp getting the kill there. So double kill going for Whelp. I mean, all of a sudden, boom, boom, shake the room. But RDK did pick up that counter kill a little bit earlier as well. So WRG had a decent start to this game round.
Yo, Whelp's being very cheeky, eh?
I mean, when you don't need a Yules to land a split earth, I mean, you can be as cheeky as you want.
He just got a double kill. He's being a bit greedy. But it does look like he's going to try head for their bounty rune, going all the way to the trees here, or just maybe making a rotation on the side. Yes, be careful, because Impact and Mikasa are ready for him if he comes out there.
I'm just taking a look in the mid lane. Soda actually struggling a little bit here. Got no mana left. Been using that up on the Razors, sitting half HP. I mean, like you said, Ember Spirit should actually win this lane. That Flame Guard just going to negate a lot of that those raised damages. Going to be
And it's just
easy.
and Soda essentially is a very squishy hero mid, not very mobile, not particularly fast, starting with 315 movement speed, and Castaway. He has those searing chains and flame guards, so SF doesn't tend to win that mid lane versus Ember Spirit. Well, a good Ember Spirit, it just doesn't win. So it's going to be a tough lane for Soda here. But we do have another engagement onto Mikasa getting absolutely melted by Diabolic Edict. Stun to follow up. Is he going to get the deny? Nope.
No, he doesn't. Hey, who needs
Yo,
Jules to
even
land
the
split
range
Earth?
creep, even the range creep helping out there with the kill. What a
champ.
good player.
What a champ. What a champ. What a targa. What a targa. So, things looking really good for WRG this time around, giving no quarter in the early parts of the game. Going to make it very difficult here for RDK to actually get his farm up. They've actually put him onto the AM. So, we're going to expect a pretty, maybe say, uneventful showing from RDK for the early parts of the game until he can really get that farm up. I mean, he's got his boots. Going to probably be trying to build into his ring of health. Just so he can has a bit some sustain,
Some sustain in the lane, yeah. But I must say the draft of WRG is very, very, very strong, and it does beat the draft of exDee over here. It's just I'm a bit worried. The Underlord I feel is going to be kind of underwhelming in this game compared to the hero lineup that they do have. I mean, they're gonna have to create a lot of space on the map here for RDK if they hope to do anything, and there's not that much space creators. It's not like a Slardar or a Centaur or an Axe or something like that can create space going around with the punch. If you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. There's no threat on the field. There's no.
And Mikasa's playing the position 4, so he's not going to be that tanky, and he's going to need a lot of follow-up if he does hook a hero. It's not like he can solo kill anything right now. So it's gonna be a hard game for them.
If Mikasa doesn't get those kills, he can't be adding anything to the stacks.
5 in a bit of trouble here, but quite tanky. Got 2 levels up in that aura. Got 20 extra bonus damage sitting on himself at the moment. Has got that poor man shield, so a very tanky hero to go on. He does start with 7. Well, he's got 7 armor right now. I think he starts with about 5. 5 armor, so it's a good hero to sustain an offlane. It's just not a very impactful hero. If you get what I'm trying to say.
What makes it? What items would make him impactful? Would it be something like Shivers, Mech, Guardian Greaves, Yules, Lotus Orb? What does he go the utility, or does he go like a damage, like maybe a Dagon? I don't know. What would you?
God no. Come on. Definitely Underlord's the utility hero. He needs to go for the mech, the mana boot, the mech, the mana boots, GG boots, pipe, Shivers, maybe sheepstick, AC. Just become that aura monster essentially. He has to be building that heroes. Maybe like
Vlad's even. Maybe the Vlads.
Vlad's could work as well, but he's definitely going to need to get a blade mail against all this magical damage. Blade mail will do a lot of work in this game, I feel. But yeah, it's not it's not like a Slardar, it's not like a Centaur, it's not an Axe, it's not one of those heroes that make that huge impact on the game, so to speak.
Yeah.
Not that much of an impact, but it is still a strong and viable hero. I just don't know if it fits into this draft. Don't know if it belongs in this draft against the lineup of WRG.
I think techies would belong more.
You always think techies belongs more.
He does belong. He belongs. But looking in the mid lane, I do see Whelp making a sneaky rotation here, trying to actually catch Soda out. They can't see him because he's on the high ground. Castaway gets the jump forward. Series Rays is good. Split Earth doesn't match, doesn't land. They get the kill. Castaway getting the kill on him. But I mean, Whelp, disappointing me. I was praising your glory here with the way that you don't need anything with your Split Earth. Anyway, he does miss it, but they still get the kill on Soda. A much needed kill on Soda. He was doing really well. His Necromancy was doing pretty good. He's now sitting on only 15 after that death. So he's going to have to work his way up again. 2 to 5 did come to the mid lane. Going to farm it out. A little bit too late rotations coming out from exDee.
Soda's going to have to start catching up into the jungle here. I mean, they're going to have to start stacking things for him because he's not getting anything mid at the moment. Yeah, there we go. He's not getting much mid. Yes, he's got some 20 souls to his name, but I mean, it's a bit unfortunate. I think he does need maybe some infused range droppies to sustain the ganks there, but Mikasa just getting so many stacks on there. Jawi getting 5 sticky napalm stacks onto Mikasa, slowed up to all hell, and then fired down as well. And then, that ignite to follow up is just, you're not getting out of that no matter how tanky you are. 5 stacks of napalm is just absolutely ridiculous. Your turn rate, there is no turn rate.
You run straight. You're like a train. You're a train. You don't move. You just go straight.
Yes, there's no turn rate.
And if there's a tree in your way, you chop it down. You don't care.
I don't think you can even chop a tree down because your movement speed, like your right click, like to do anything is just such a hassle, and then you can't even turn because you're so slowed. Yeah, ouch. That's all I can say.
And generally, a Pudge is supposed to be pretty tanky. I mean, you'd expect him to stand a bit more.
Hold on.
Who are we looking? Who are we looking
They're
at?
gonna look for the slowest hero, and that's the Crystal Maiden.
They're running right past RDK. They're trying to focus on impact. He's going to catch a stunt to the face, but the hook is good coming out from Mikasa. Sling's trying to get out of there now, but Shadrawi pops out that Fury Fire. He's going to be flying around like a madman, Whelp staying in the protection of those flames. And exDee, but in the meantime, in the mid lane, Castaway's going to go die, get the return kill. Oh, wow. Well, we caught the return kill coming out from the tower. Good job, tower. But Soda does bite the dust again in the mid lane. Was a solo kill. Did he even use Requiem there? What was actually used? Just a couple of razors.
Requiem wasn't used there. It's a bit early for Requiem though. Getting it at level 8. That's okay. That's interesting. Okay, well,
it's when he dies. It's when he dies. It's because when he died, he can pop the death Requiem.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah,
got the
definitely.
counter kill.
Definitely. Whoa,
Mikasa. Mikasa.
That would have landed if it had a little bit more range, but unfortunately he's only sitting at level 2 at the moment. But yeah, it was quite a funny kill mid there, but I must say, them like chasing Impact around there, like, okay, we don't care about you, RDK, we're just gonna run through the trees, find Impact, easy pick off. Quite a good choice since RDK does have the blink, so they do go on him. They can't the stuns don't last enough to chain lock in.
Look at this. Look at this.
Yeah,
A dual hunting pack here.
Oh, my word.
A dual hunting pack. They're going to find out Soda. They actually spot him out. Is it enough?
No, I don't think it's going to be enough. Plus, Impact is
He's been picked it out.
There.
He's been pinged out. Soda pinged them out.
His positioning is good, though. He's on the far side of the creep camp, so if it does get ganked, he'll be able to do something. But now they're going to wrap around him. Oh, wow. A deep observer ward between the tier 1 and tier 2 tower.
Soda.
You sneaky devil.
Soda is being sniffed out. Okay, now Whelp and Slings, they got something planned here, guys. We don't know what they got planned. I know it involves blood, death, and a lot of sorrow. We're going to see if we're going to be saying the eulogy at Soda's death. They're trying to see if they can find him. He's actually taken the bottom route as Whelp and Slings actually decide to go up. Not going to be, it looks like they're going to actually miss it up. But no, hang on, here we go. Slings spotting out Shadow Fiend out into the Splitter Earth. There comes the fires from hell above, and there's a pit going to be good. Castaway blinking in, they're getting the kill there eventually on 225, but they do lose the Soda, they do lose the Whelp, so maybe at the end of the day, maybe not the best. Well, I suppose they traded out 2 supports for a core and an offlaner.
Yeah, it's definitely on the side. No, it's definitely a win for WRG there.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to lose your mid and then your off lane for 2 supports. It's not the best. It's not the best trade. But it is nice that they got the return kills there as well. So a little bit diving a bit deep there, I would think, WRG.
Well, maybe they're fans of Chad Clow. Maybe they're fans of Chad Clow. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm just kind of worried here for exDee. Yeah, it's just this draft. This draft is not doing well, and I must say, like the aggressive draft here from the side of WRG. Oh no!
Can they get the
RDK?
nets? Lesu, is it good enough? They're gonna get. Oh, they just missed the Lesu. Chadawi, you beauty, almost had him. Is it gonna be enough? They're trying to chase him out, and Whelp doing a huge amount of AOE damage there, but a pit on 3, bringing down that fire from the skies again, and they're gonna just be able to walk it off. Chadawi, very low HP. Could have been enough to actually bring them down, but RDK does bite the dust. You'll be remembered, my son. You will be remembered.
Shame, poor Impact. He was just trying to come help, and he just landed into a whole world of trouble. But I mean, on the sidelines there, Santo taking a quick tier 1 tower in his lane and just carrying on to tier 2, like being completely uncontested as his lifestealer. They are TPing in now to maybe stop it, but can RDK actually do something? No, he's going to have to blink out. Santo is a bit huge right now. A full armlet is on him.
That's what
Plus
she
that
said.
Blightstone. Hey. plus a full omelets on him. He's probably going to go for that Echo Saver first and then finish off his Deso. But yeah, Santa's getting pretty big. A complete change from the last game where he was kind of not really getting anything in the early game to where he's completely fat right now. And it does look like WRG are going to wrap around poor Soda yet again. 2-5 is here to help out, but I mean...
Maybe 2-5 is going to be the point of target. It is.
Tank the gank. Tank the gank, my friend.
Yeah, there it comes. A lot of onslaught here from the side of WRG, but Soda still doing a whack of damage and going double kill for the side of, well, for 2-5 specifically,
Beautiful.
But Shadow Fiend so desperate of those kills. Nonetheless, they managed to pick up those kills there on the side of WRG. So maybe a little bit of the anti-gank of the gank.
Yeah, I mean, that Pit of Malice is now level 2. Full level Firestorm did a hell of a lot of damage, followed up by Soda's Shadow Razors, and of course Impact with his movement slow there. Only sitting at level 1 on Crystal Nova, but it's still, it made a huge difference. And yeah, I suppose he tanked the gank, but they got some return damage there, and they did really well to stop it in its tracks. And they do answer it by taking another tower here. Chidawi kind of just, going, okay, I'm going to take your tower quickly.
And while that's all happening,
while
the jungle.
all happening. So, I mean, objectives right now sitting on the side of WRG. They've got both off lane and safe lane towers. And yeah, the next target's going to be mid. It's sitting on less than half HP right now. And kind of look like it's going to be the same, unstoppable barreling down, taking, map control early. But... I don't know. They're going to have to try create space here for Soda and RDK if they hope to do something. But now Soda gone on yet again.
That show's going to be good. Going to be fighting under the Fury Fire. Split Earth coming out. Death Requiem not going to be enough to do anything. We got Mikasa trying to see if he can maybe just kind of get a return kill here. He's trying to line up a hook. Is he in vicinity at the moment? No, he's actually going to be backing away. So, I mean... Looking at the net worths at the moment, things definitely looking in favor for the 3 cores on the side of WRG. We've got Mr. Santo sitting top of the log with a great 7.4k gold in his pocket. Castaway next on his Ember Spirit, sitting at around about 6.5. Then followed by Mr. Judawi at 5.7. And then followed by the RDK on his 5k anti-mage. So, I mean... A little bit of a huge net worth difference at the moment. Checking at the logs quickly. We did see the death at the bottom. Mikasa got spotted out, brought down there by Mr. Walperuni. What items does he have at the moment? He's not even building towards his Yules. Is that going to be a Rod of Atos? I do hear opened wounds coming out though.
No, it's just open wounds.
On RDK, Castaway must have been.
No, Santa's just casually farming creeps there, so he just, did it to gain the extra HP, I guess. Maybe he was on half HP, wanted to get to full.
Oh.
But...
I get afraid when I hear open wounds. Ooh! Makasa! Now, those are the hooks we're talking about. They're going to line it up. Can they bring it home? RDK goes for the kick, scores the goal, brings him down. Schlinks hitting the deck. And now those are hooks. Those are like those buttes that you want to see.
Yeah, definitely. And he desperately needs some assists and kills to his name if he hopes to get some flesh heap stacks to his name. But I must say one thing I am loving. I mean, we have beautiful vision. I mean, Impact has been warding like an absolute boss, but so has Schlinks. Schlinks and Whelp have got some very aggressive wards here for the side WG. But oh no, RDK gets taken down by Santo and Castaway. It looks like the Life Stealer bomb came to life.
Yeah, surprise.
Yeah, he can't blink out of root. So
so you're pretty much stuck. And I mean, if you keep RDK down, Sodas hasn't had like the best innings yet, so he's struggling quite a bit. So all you have to do is really there we go. We did see the disconnect coming out. Paused up immediately, but in the meantime, Chidawi gets the jump onto Mikasa. Right, now do you decide like what happens?
What happens for Mikasa? Mikasa, Sukasa, I think you're fairly dead. We've got Whelp waiting in the trees.
Numera Patre et Feliz Spiritu Santo.
Yeah, I don't think Impact's going to be able to do much here, and 225 is quite far away as well. He has a mech and everything available, but I don't think he's going to be able to do much. To be honest, I really do think this is the spell's end of Mikasa, but If he times it right, maybe he can be emo and suicide.
Well, if he can get it off, a lot of deeps coming out from Chudawi as well.
There's a lot of
So
deeps,
if he gets the deny off, that's I give up with pages. I just give up because there's
Look,
just so much.
He's going to be stunned. If Walt lands his stun, he's going to be stunned for 2 seconds, right? It's going to give Chudawi quite a bit of time to get his combo off. One thing that it does work in his favor, though, is there is no Firefly available for Chudawi. So,
But
maybe,
it's just full
maybe.
timeout though. He
Yeah, it is
just
full
activates. It's just been activated, so he's got
has it
full.
not?
It's full duration.
Oh, no,
Full
okay.
duration.
Yeah, there is some stick charges to his name, 10 to be exact, but I really think he's going to go down here. I think if Impact tries to save him, he's also going to die. Because Impact right now, very, very squishy. Very slow movement speed as well, so I don't think... He's got some raindrops to his name, Impact, but I still don't think... I think you just we go, okay, boys, you're dead. And we back out. Let the kill happen. Best you can try hope for, I think, is a suicide. If he does get out of here, it's going to be a miracle.
It looks like Whelp's going to go for the Rod of Atos as well. Going to be able to get
Yeah,
that root
definitely.
off. Now, tell me, I'm not sure, and I'd hate to make an uneducated guess, does Rod of Atos actually stop AM from blinking away? Boom, that's your question.
It's a root, yeah. Because, I mean, when I go up against the Ember Spirit, I generally want to get my Rod of Atos as well, because he can't fire Remnant out of Atos either. It locks him down. You cannot... Root is you can't blink, you can't do anything out of it, basically. So it kind of stops everything. But yeah. So it's, for me, Rod of Atos is a pickup here, especially against an anti-mage. It'll be interesting to see. But I normally pick up Rod of Atos when I go up against an Ember Spirit because it roots him down. He cannot fire him out. He's stuck.
Okay.
So it should apply. It should be the same with Rod of Atos. I mean, you saw Castaway's Searing Chains. It roots.
All right, well, we're going to find out pretty shortly. We got Chudawi pulling back Mikasa into Split Earth. They're going to make easy work of him. And as you said, that is one dead Pajiruni. Mikasa once again making those plays for his team, making sure that the rest of his team doesn't die, that only he goes down as well. So they're going to jump into the pit on the back of this. They don't have the threat of the Pudge hooking someone out, creating that play. They still do have the Pit Lord, though. They got their pit with fire from the skies. They're going to be able to maybe do something if they wish, but it would be a 4v5 fight. Not advisable for the side of exDee to even make a play, and they're not even in the close vicinity. So just taking a quick look at the networks graphs at the moment, we're sitting 10k in WRG's favor. We've got the XP sitting in about 8k sitting in WRG's favor. So definitely at this point in time, it is WRG's game to lose. And I don't think much is going to change unless they can get that so much needed farm onto Soda and onto RDK.
Yeah, and we do have Mr. Santo in the Castaway again, and see if they're going to decide to get here. I think Mikasa might be the unlucky guy here, and oh no, RDK is just casually farming, is not spotted it out yet. Gonna get rooted up, cannot blink out, and just melts.
Yeah, no, that is clock. That is precision, doctor kind of vibes. Precision. That is like. I mean, if you were a race car driver, you'd be compared to Michael Schumacher. If you were a professional swimmer, you'd be like a Michael Phelps. If you were like a soccer player,
Why
then
is
you.
it always Michaels? What's wrong? What's wrong with the world?
Because Michaels are, I mean, they are just great warriors. I
so
suppose.
not the Jonos, just the Michaels.
My second name's Michael.
Oh no, God.
You walked straight into that one.
Oh no.
Well, WRG.
Cannot argue greatness, I guess.
No, you can't. It's best you just avoid even attempting it. WRG pick up tier 2 tower in the mid lane, and they're starting to snack up those objectives once again. I mean, WRG is the epitome of objective taking. I mean, if you can just sum it down, what do? Systematically break down your defenses. Systematically. I mean, there may be no routine or any kind of form of way they knock you down. They just slowly chip away at your outer defenses. Before you know it, they're going to be knocking on your inner wall. and you're not going to be able to say much. This time around, we've got Santo popped into Chadawi. Does have that blink available. Going to see who he's going to choose. He's got a target. Yeah, Soda's going to be it. And where is he? Actually TP top. All right. So we thought it was going to be a Soda pick-off, but they're looking like they're going to focus on RDK again. Or if they do find him. Here he comes. There comes the pop. The infest. The castaway clip. And Mikasa pulling out Santo. They're going to bring him closer to actually 2 to 5. That hook may have actually been the devastation here. They do lose Pumas the RDK. They do lose 2 to 5. Easy tier 2 tower top taker now.
Definitely, yeah. I think shame. I think Mikasa was trying to maybe hook out either 2 to 5 or RDK there. Fortunately, he did get the Santo. Couldn't really do much about it. And, you know, it's just, look at this. Look at this. Abs just diving.
Yeah, Soda not going to be able to get it up. Tries to pop the Requiem, gets it off. Did he actually get it off? He did, but the deck of the Requiem also trying to help out, not being able to do anything. exDee, my boys. Oh, a hook coming out from Mikasa, not going to land on anyone. Going to be trying to catch someone, doesn't actually catch it. Now tier 3 down for the side of exDee. WRG pushing into the top lane of Rex. Throws down an Observer to boot. Castaway getting the steering chains off into Split Earth. 2 to 5 trying and stop that out with the Pit of Malice. Not going to work out. CM's ulti still online. Didn't even have a chance to actually cast that little butte. And so now Santo working on those Rexes. As Mikasa's trying to probably line up a hook here. Can he actually find something? No, because Chadawi has a different plan. Yeah, they're going to find him out. As 2 to 5 was also going to get taken onto. But in the meantime, Chadawi actually brings Pudge into the fight. Doesn't even have to allow exDee or allow his teammates to actually find the kills. He just brings them to them like a gift on a platter. So exDee down one lane of Rex. Trying to push into the mid tier 3 at the moment. As Impact trying to get close enough to actually do something, is going to get wounded out. Santo, 1 right click, 2 right clicks, going to be brought down, easy peasy. Castaway actually getting the kill, throws that slider fist out, and 2 down for the side of exDee. Not much they can do at the moment. Have to actually wait for WRG to actually back off. Santo, very low HP, decides he's actually going to try and stick it around. Going to actually rage up. Still wants more of this action. He's going to arm the toggle. There's the pit. Going to bring down Soda. Hook is good for Mikasa. Bringing down Santo. But now Chadawi jumping in. Popping out the Fairy Fire. Gets a dismember off. But it's too late. He's been rooted in place. And he goes down. Santo picking up a double kill. And Chadawi picking up a killing spree. GG. Good game has been called. So therefore, the undisputed, undefeated, reigning champs thus far in the DGL Masters is going to be WRG, then exDee. Unfortunately, exDee, one of the amazing teams, one of my big favorites, couldn't bring it home for the boys. But WRG take game number 2 and take the series, putting them at the top of the log. And just looking at the KDAs from what I'm looking at, I mean, Whelp sitting 10-2, position 4, sitting like with ridiculous kills.
Yeah, sitting with ridiculous kills indeed, but I must say, like, WRG, exDee, they both played exceptional games. The drafts just didn't make a lot of sense to me on the side of exDee gaming. Maybe trying something different didn't work out for them this time around. But White Rabbit Gaming still proving they are the kings of SA Dota and yet to be taken down.
Yeah,
to be taken down indeed. I mean, the 2 teams that did have a chance, APG and exDee, just couldn't do it. I mean, they're proving that they are the dominating force to be reckoned with here in South Africa. And, you know, hat goes off to you guys. I mean, Whelp, for me, today is the man of the match in both matches. Yeah, Castaway did a brilliant job, but Whelp just made those plays. I mean, his Cottle the first game, absolutely fantastic. His Leshrak was absolutely beautiful as well. So, for me, man of the match, definitely Whelp here. Well done. Really, really well done.
Did you notice what Shrink's okay, yeah, my tongue stopped working. It stopped working when I saw Shrink's actually picking up a Desolator. Did you see he has a Desolator in his inventory? What is this? What is this? What is this? I don't even know.
For fun. I think he went to like, you know, those, you know, like when you have a lot of gold in your inventory and you're like, oh, I need to buy something now, but the secret shop is not accessible. What can I do?
Deso.
You just buy straight up Deso, or, you know, whatever doesn't make sense. More boots, anything, just to, you know, spend your gold.
Yeah.
But yeah, they really had a Desolator onto the Lifestealer, so I just think it was maybe a little funny pickup. I think you could have maybe gone for a Dagon instead. That would have made more sense.
Or a Yules or a Sheep or a Mech or...
something like that, yeah. But yeah, I must say, like, 225 played a brilliant game. I mean, what he could do, he did well. RDK, unfortunately, if you click on his hero icon, that was it's not even an average game. It is way below average for RDK here onto the anti-mage, and they did have a lot of roots. They had, you know, the Rod of Atos as well as the Syrian Chains. He couldn't get any items. He couldn't get that Manta, anything like that to get out of it. The Yules, BKB, anything like that. He didn't even have a Battle Fury ready. So, I mean, they just didn't give exDee this breathing room, so to speak, to let RDK get some space. But
100%.
they don't have the space creators. You know, yeah, they've got the Pudge, but he can't really do much.
But we spoke about this before, though. We spoke about, like, I mean, the earlier games that we cast with exDee, and they were dominating the lower level or the lower tier teams in the Masters. And we were saying, you know, like, I mean, exDee, you just leave exDee, or you leave RDK alone to farm, and then RDK comes back and wins it for their team. Now you pick up White Rabbit Gaming and they say, right, well, okay, we know what RDK is going to do. What we're going to do is just prevent RDK from farming, prevent Soda from farming, and then it's going to be an easy run. And they did that perfectly, because you and I were saying, I mean, how can you let RDK farm? You know how well he farms. You know how quick he farms. And WRG did that. They shut him down. They shut down 225. Sorry, not 225. They shut down Soda, and then it was very difficult for them to get back in the game.
We always see that the teams shutting down Soda and leaving RDK to his own devices, and it always works out for them. I just think RDK wasn't on his usual carries. You know, the heroes that you can escape, perform well, the Morphling, the Luna, the Medusa, those type of heroes. I mean, the last time that they faced up and exDee like literally almost won the game. There was like 2 or 3 rapiers on the table, was when he was playing Medusa. They actually won that game against WRG, and you know, it was just like a hero that can just sustain. But like a Lifestealer, an anti-mage gets into, I mean, he was so anti-mage, just so kind of picked by those roots. I mean, he just couldn't bloody blink out of the way, and he didn't have the items to get out of it either. So it's just for me, the drafting just wasn't strong on the side of exDee tonight. Like, you know,
unbelievable players. I love the boys. I had an opportunity to meet them. Really great Oaks. I met RDK. I met Soda. Such lacquer Oaks. I've met some of the boys from White Rabbit Gaming. I mean, unbelievable players all the way around. Unfortunately, on this Wednesday evening, WRG was the better team.
No, they've been consistently the better team for the past year now. Well, I would say the past year, the whole year since Masters, since Rage last year, they proved they were the best. But you know, they were going toe to toe with BVD, but like they were always, you know, the second, and now they're the first. And we've got APG, exDee, and WRG in the top 3 at the moment. It's just, yeah. We saw the undefeated teams go up against each other. We saw another 2 undefeated teams go up against each other, and WRG coming on top both times. So they are still sitting at top of the log here, and well deserved. I mean, they drafted well, they played exceptionally well, and yeah, well, I think it's a well deserved win. Very good performance here.
Absolutely. All right. Well, before we sign off, what's our upcoming game for tomorrow night? I know we've got another cast tomorrow night, so maybe you guys do want to join us for some more Masters action, and come and support some SA Doto, even though sometimes we're having a little bit of issues with the server. But nonetheless, come join us. If we can't entertain you and make us laugh, then come throw tomatoes at us as well.
Tomorrow we will be casting the Energy Esports versus Ventus.
Okay.
And then again on Sunday we'll be casting APG versus Pulse, and our friend Reddit will be casting XTC versus DC on Sunday as well. So 2 big games coming up on Sunday, guys. So grab your popcorn, your beers, whatever you need to do,
and your chicks,
and come join us.
And get your chicks. Yeah.
get your chicks. But tomorrow night we do have a very interesting game. We've got Ventus versus Energy Gaming. It should be a good one. Should be a relatively even game, I suspect. And I would actually like to see the performance on Energy Esports at the moment, because we got some fantastic, absolutely fantastic players sitting on their team. It's just they haven't found their team synergy quite yet. So, yeah, I'm actually looking forward to see how much they've grown in the last 2 weeks. I haven't casted them in a while, so it'd be nice to see what they decide to do.
All right, perfect. Well, thank you guys for joining us in this Master Series. Just to wrap up, WRG take the series 2-0. Continue to stay top of the logs. Then it's going to be APG and exDee going to be fighting for that second position. So without further ado, we wish you a beautiful Wednesday evening, a great Pooza Thursday, a wonderful Friday, and an amazing weekend to come. But from myself, Jubba and Succubus, we wish you a pleasant evening. And if you are joining us on the channel for the first time, like, subscribe, and follow, so that if there's any other costs coming up, you can stay tuned. But if not, you can catch us on Facebook. We post it on the day, the games that are coming up. So always check out SA Dota or the DGL page as well, just to stay up to date with upcoming events. But otherwise, hope you guys have a blessed evening. From us, good night and God bless.
Bye-bye.
How do you achieve your greatness?
There's no margin for error.
No room for mistakes.
You need total control.
Your success is determined by your grit.
It takes thousands of hours perfecting your moves.
And only the strong survive.
You think you've paid your dues?
You think you're ready to enter the arena?
Think again.
This is the Telkom Digital Gaming League,
This is where legends fight till the last second.
where the action explodes straight through your system.
I fell and lost to the war, shot me dead. I was lost and sad to the voices in my head. I'm gonna get up again. I'm gonna get up to another day. I'm not giving up again. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up again. I'm gonna get up to another day. I'm not giving up again. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get up. Listen to my lies. Love is far to come. Your love is far. Running at the speed of light, kissing and receding lights. Calls me in this morning time, my it just goes on. Running at the speed of light, kissing and receding lights. Calls me in this morning time, my it just goes on.